Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Team No Limits. I'm standing here in my kitchen. By the way, you may hear a little background noise. The wind is blowing about 60 miles an hour outside, but I wanted to say hi to you today. I'm really honored to be at your get-together, even though I'm not at your get-together. I've known some of you for about 5 years now. I've known Kara and Brian, and I'm going to say most of you for quite a while. And I'm really honored to have a chance to be involved with this exciting No Limits concept. And I asked Kara and Brian if they would mind if I just left a couple of comments with you, since I wasn't going to be able to be there. So I really want to talk about three things. As you embark in this new, very exciting business, which is really a business based on what you all know extremely well, I just wanted to share some insights from me, because I've spent longer than most of you have been alive in the business of people. Most of it in retail, the last 5 years dealing with companies that are in retail that I have to talk to all the time. And so I wanted to share these three things with you as you start in this very exciting endeavor. Number one, I want you to remember the TV show The Twilight Zone. There's the signpost up ahead. You're about to enter the Twilight Zone. And I want to encourage each of you to think about that as you encounter each of your upcoming client families. Because although they've been through the terror of having to deal with autism, although they've, for the most part, been through the nightmare and the family adjustments of having to learn how to deal with autism, many of them as Easter Seals clients, others, however, not as Easter Seals clients, this is still going to be, in my mind, the most terrifying thing that they could think of. This is going to be the vacation that they're dreadfully afraid is going to blow up in their face. So I just want to encourage you to remember that even though this family may be used to dealing with the reality of autism, they are approaching this on very thin ice, very concerned, very nervous. And I know I had some conversation with Kara yesterday, and I know that as you guys work through this and you put all of your knowledge together and all of your experiences together, you're going to do a fantastic job of making what at one time seemed impossible for these families, not only impossible, but a wonderful reality. So item number one, Twilight Zone. Just remember, that's what it's going to be like for them walking into this situation. They're spending all this money, and they've got every finger and every toe crossed, hoping that it doesn't blow up in their face, right? Item number two, I want to tell you about an experience I had at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel some years ago. This was back when I was in that customer service job in the retail business, and I wanted to see what it was like in one of the most highly rated businesses there is, when it comes to customer service. So I walked into a Ritz-Carlton hotel, and I stopped the first employee I ran into. He's probably a 22-year-old young man, and I said, "Hey, what's it like working at the Ritz-Carlton?" He got this big smile on his face. He reached in his shirt pocket and he pulled out this little three-fold card and handed it to me. He said, "It's fabulous. Go ahead. There's 18 things on that card that it means to be a Ritz-Carlton employee. Ask me any one of them." And so I said, "What's number 7? Rattled it off. "What's number 10? Rattled it off. What really impressed me wasn't just the fact that he knew all the answers. It was that they were his answers. They were not somebody else's answers. He had internalized this. And I told Kara yesterday, the opportunity that you have by starting off with not just an all-star team, a hand-picked all-star team, a team of people that have already proven they will go beyond, that is very exciting. So I just want to encourage you to kind of put your hands together the way the Marine Corps does, the way In-N-Out Hamburger does, and make sure that you march forward and that every single one of you is always putting forth that no limits, we are the best, right? The third thing I wanted to share with you, and the one that I always come back to in one way or another, is integrity. As you meet these families, it is going to be so important that you build that trust and build that rapport. And I think that starts with that opening Skype or Facebook Live, or however it is that you first get introduced to that family. You want to be open, you want to be honest, you don't want to make promises you can't keep, but you also want to set the ground rules if that's necessary. I always go back to that moving story of, well, Patty Duke played the role in The Miracle Worker, and it was all about this young lady who's has an infection when she's a baby. She can't see, she can't hear, she can't speak, and her teacher, Annie Sullivan, changed her life. But she had to come into that family that had all these very low set expectations, and she had to change the rules. And so I don't know why I can't remember her name right now. Anne Frank keeps popping into my head, but I know that's not the name. But you all know who I'm talking about. So as you interact with these families and they're going on this vacation, which is really something they haven't been able to do, I think it's going to be really helpful if you can help set that bar, tell them what the expectations are, tell them maybe what the danger zones are, do everything you can to prepare them for a great, relaxing vacation because they've got you on their team. And that's the thing I want to leave you with. I believe the No Limits idea is a fantastic idea. I think you're going to make a huge difference in the lives of these families. It's almost like the next step beyond what you've been doing these past years. I wish you nothing but luck. If there's anything I can do to help, you let me know. I look forward to seeing you at your next meeting. Thanks again to Kara and Brian for allowing me to be part of your meeting. And if there's been a bunch of background noise from the wind, I apologize. And about 2 seconds after I turn off the camera, I'm going to remember that lady's name. All the best, folks. Have a great day.